Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Yesterday, we discussed very important and deep philosophy of life. Today, that beautiful slokas we will chant. Vishayasha Mahapashad Yo Vimuktas Sudustyajat Sa Eva Kalpate Muktai Nanya Shat Shastra Vedyapi Vishayasha Mahapashad Yo Vimuktas Sudustyajat Sa Eva Kalpate Muktai Nanya Shastra Vedyapi Sudus त्याजात जो त्याग करना बहुत ही कठिन है सुदुस त्याजात ओनली दुस त्याजात नहीं सुदुस त्याजात जो त्याग करना बहुत ही कठिन है वो क्या है विषय आशा महापाशात विषय भोग करने का जो आशा है I told you that in Belur Math Training Center, one Acharya was there. Some subjects Belur Math arranged some external faculty, mainly from Jadavpur University, like Indian history, Western history, and Western philosophy. So, Western philosophy, and he was the departmental head. He was the masterpiece of philosophy. And he used to teach wonderfully. Really, we all brahmacharis were literally fan because Darshan Shastra, jo bhi subject, because in our school, I can remember one teacher used to teach us physics. His class was so wonderful. Even from the art section, commerce section, they used to stand beside the class and used to listen to that physics class. I can remember. So that sort of a professor he was. I got chance to serve him for 4 months or 6 months, maybe 4 months, because it was bi-monthly. So what happened? Once I asked him that, what about your, and he was retired actually, and at that time he was 74 like. He told that I was late marriage or something like that in my life. I thought that I will not marry or something like that. Then I asked that how you have studied. He told that I have um, passed my life only by studying, because he was from a very well-to-do family. So nobody poked him for earning. He told that I have studied and memorized all the shastras or like that. I told that now you are vasana mukta. He told almost, but I am having only one vasana. I told what? Nah, I want to see my grandson's marriage. How old is your grandson? Now, he completed his 1 year birthday yesterday. Just think, the professor of philosophy and mastered of several subjects, several shastras. He knows all that Vivekachudamani, Ishopanishad. He knows that Ishavasyam idagum sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat tena taktena bhunjitha magritha kasya siddhanam. But in his practical life, so many desires and terrible desires he pampered. बात हंसी मजाक की नहीं, ये बात ऐसे भी बोल सकते थे कि जिसमें सबको हंसी आए, लेकिन एट द एज ऑफ 74, knowing all the shastras, he is having vasana to live at least 20 years, 21 years. And for what reason? নাতির বিয়ে, সে তার বউ নিয়ে থাকবে, এর কিসের আনন্দ? মানে দিস ইজ দ্য টেরিবল থিং। আমাদের যে সন্তানাদির বিবাহের কথার জন্য আমরা এত চিন্তা করি, several people come, believe me, those who are very much worried for their daughter's marriage. You may tell that Swamiji, because very easy to say, Swamiji, you are not married, you don't know uh, what mental pressure of a parents for daughter's marriage. Logically think, don't be traditional that my parents thought, his parents thought. Was it really required? Because, two friends, they are two girls actually, they are very good friends, and they were in a restaurant that having coffee. So the Western lady one and another Eastern. So Western lady told how horrible it is. You were arranged marriage. I said, yes, why? What's the problem? Now the person, the man whom you don't know, and taking the decision to live with that person for a whole life. How is it possible? See our culture, we first know each other and then we stay, and then we decide that whether I will marry him or not. The Indian lady asked that lady that after knowing that man, how did you take the decision to marry him? You got my point. একজন জিজ্ঞেস করছে যে তোমরা একজনকে না জেনে কি করে বিবাহ করো, আর ইন্ডিয়ানের কোয়েশ্চেন যে তোমরা জানার পরে কি করে বিবাহ করো। Means it's a very subtle thing. After knowing also, we take all those things. So here, Vishaya Asha Mahapasad. पासात यह विमुक्त, जो ये विषय आशा की मोह से मुक्त हो गया है, स एव मुक्तई कल्पते। उन्होंने मुक्ति लाभ करने का कल्पना कर सकता है और मुक्त हो सकता है। Those who have little vasana of having one the pinch of sweets, he has to come back. Holy Mother Sri Sri Sarada Devi is telling, যদি কারোর মনে একটা সন্দেশ খাবারও বাসনা থাকে, সেটা পূরণ করার জন্য আবার জন্মাতে হবে। We entertain so many vasanas. Why we take so many birth? Because we are having so many vasanas. And that vasanas will be carried forward after death. So the conducive situation may not be. So some vasanas will be still hidden, which will be fructified in another life, another life, another life. So birth and death will never be finished, because we are not having one vasana, several vasanas. Even, sometimes we are less powerful than, see, in today's context, some ministers have been accused for taking money from so many innocent people. So who gave the money but didn't get the job? But they could not touch that person ever. They thought that, oh, in my life, if the time comes, I can teach that person. So now they are happy. Do you think it's a one departmental thing? So many people think for their higher one to take revenge in many ways. আমাদের বাড়ির ক্ষেত্রেও হয়। আমাদের পড়োশী হয়তো খুব পাওয়ারফুল, তাকে কিছু বলতে পারলাম না, কিন্তু মনে মনে গজরায় যে দাঁড়াও একদিন আসুক। এই একদিন আসার আগে যদি পঞ্চত্ব প্রাপ্তি হয়, ওই একদিন আসার অপেক্ষায় আমাদের আবার ফিরে আসতে হবে। Those are also vasanas. How to conquer vasanas? Be happy who you are, at who you are. Be happy at where you are. Be happy at present, at what you are getting. সন্তোষ সন্তোষের সমান ধন নেই। The greatest wealth in our life is contentment. It's an art of life. You just watch one day, not every day, because then it will be your habit. That how people discontent in in much silly things, and see people who are sleeping happily on the footpath. Because I am giving the example, because you every day you come and those people sleep because they can't get up, just on the footpath. And that, that cardboard is there. So many buses are going on, they don't care. What a wonderful sleep they are having. And we are having sleeping pills, nice bed, AC, everything else. We can't sleep. Have you ever thought of the buildings are erecting? You should go at least, because on the way of my swimming, a lot of buildings are getting erected. In the afternoon, I have seen the laborers are taking nap. Believe me, just 6 inches the log of wood, and आराम से सो रहा है. उनका चिंता भी नहीं कि मैं गिर जाऊंगा भाई. Art of contentment, that you have to inculcate, that art, whatever you are getting. Even at the time of having prasad, that ও বেশি পেল, আমার মনে হলো একটু কম, and then and there we start doing bichara. স্বামীজি বোধহয় আমায় পছন্দ করেন না। আমি এটা কয়েকদিন ধরে নোটিস করছি যে আমাকে যখনই দেন দুটো কম দেন। আরে কেন বলছি? How that poisonous thinking comes, we don't know. That is why our sadhana is the sadhana of consciousness. Each and every time we have to be conscious what we are thinking, what we are doing. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Just one day, you try to notice yourself. At one day, you just try to notice others. Just for one day. Otherwise, it will be your habit. And next moment, you just compare with yourself. Don't try to be your own lawyer. Okay. Otherwise, we always try to, ये जो परचर्चा परनिंदा होता है, জানো কি হয়েছে, ওদের বাড়ির বউটা কি করেছে জানো, বাপ রে বাপ. You know why we do? We want to prove how better I am than him or her. Otherwise, we have no other things. পলিটিক্যাল বক্তৃতাগুলো রাস্তায় যেতে যেতে শুনবেন. Nobody claims that, yes, sorry, we made the mistakes. All the political, because we go everywhere. This government that government, only who has, they are ready to finding faults. For what? We are better thief than them. Start comparing with yourself. After having this Vedanta class, whenever you will think, can you compare yourself? No, yesterday I made that mistake. Today I will not do. Sudustyajat Vishaya Asha Mahapashat Yaha Vimuktaha Saha Eva Muktaihi Kalpate. विषय आशा जो आदमी छोड़ सकते हैं पूरा पूरी तरफ से, he can claim mukti. You no need to leave your home, leave your parivar, because wearing the torn clothes, if I always think that I will wear the clothes of some designers, this is not the life. Living like a beggar, our Shastra never instigated. যে যা পয়সা রোজগার করব কিছুতেই খরচ করব না, ভিখিরির মতো থাকবো, আমাদের শাস্ত্র কখনো বলেনি। Our Shastra says, live like a king without living, without expecting anything else. আমি ভিখারির মতো জীবন যাপন করি, কিন্তু মনে সবসময় আশা যে বড় লোকরা খুব ভালো আছে, কেমন গাড়ি চড়ছে, আর আমি সারাটা জীবন পারলাম না। দিস ইজ নট এ সেন্টলি লাইফ। বরং যার যা আছে, কারোর কাছে মার্সিডিজ বেঞ্চ থাকতে পারে, আছে আছে, কালকে সেই গাড়িটা ক্ষতিগ্রস্ত হয়েছে 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 ইন টাইম ইট হ্যাপেন্স, ইন টাইম আই গট ইট, ইন টাইম ইট হ্যাজ বিন something happen, and it will go in time. When King Janaka was taking the Vedantic teachings from Yagnavalkya always used to wait for Raja Janaka, King Janaka, because he was the king. Sometimes some uh, important court work maybe there might be there, so 5-10 minutes, and all other sannyasis, brahmacharis, they also uh, used to be there because it was Gurukul. King used to come down from his palace to Gurukul to learn Shastra, to Vedanta. So every time the sannyasis and brahmacharis, because it's very difficult to say something else to the acharya, but it's very easy to discuss amongst themselves. You see, Raja to पैसा देता है, इसलिए उनके लिए अपेक्षा करते हैं. And Yagnavalkya ji came to know that their mindset. One day, when the class was going on and all the students were there along with King Janaka, Yagnavalkya ji made fire out of the Maya, his yogic power, in the city. And when the news came into the class and spread it like a rumor, all the swamis and brahmacharis and others, they rushed to save their langotis. Because सन्यासी के पास और क्या है, दो कपड़ा होगा, एक लंगोटी होगा. And when it was asked to King Janaka যে তোমার মিথিলাপুরীতে আগুন লেগেছে, King told, what can I do? People will take care of it. Now it's the time for Vedanta. This is the approach. Being a king also, possessing a lot of things, not a pinch of vasanas in anything else. That life should be inculcated. You should know that everything has come to you, starting from this body to worthless husband, everything in time, and it goes in time. Anyaha Shat Shastra Vedi api na siddhyati. Anyaha api means other people who have studied Shat Shastra. Shat Shastra means six darshana and their respective books. Nyaya Vaishishika, Sankhya, Patanjala, Purva Mimamsa, and Uttar Mimamsa. Not only darshan means, suppose Vedanta darshan has few hundred books or more than that. Each and every darshana has their own books. If one person knows all the things, because one Vedanta Tarka Keshari Vagis or big title was there. Yes, one Sarvapriyanandaji told us. His teacher told that he was so Tarkavagi, such a brilliant Pandita. When he used to go for doing Tarka, you know, at least 10 to 12 bullock cart used to follow him with the full of books. The itna unhone padha hai to give the references, you will just like a library. Whatever you studies, if you study only Vivekachudamani, or you take regular 6 classes from 6 different acharyas since last 1 decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades. If there is a pinch of vasanas, pinch of desires for bhoga, liberation is not possible. See what Gurudev says. He who has liberated himself from the terrible bond of desires for sense objects, indeed, very difficult to renounce, is alone fit for liberation. Which is very difficult to renounce? The bonds of desires of sense objects. None else, even if he is well versed in all 6 schools of philosophy. The same thing I explained. Okay. Now, apata vairagyavato mumukshun bhavabdhiparam pratiyatu mudyatat ashagraho majyat ashagraho majyayatentarale nigrihya kanthe vinivartya vegat. आपात वैराग्यवतो मुमुक्षून् भवाब्धि पारं प्रतियातु मुद्यतान् आशाग्रहो मज्जयतेऽन्तराले निगृह्य कंठे विनिवर्त्य वेगात्. भवाब्धि पारम प्रतिजातुम उद्यतान. Each and everyone wants liberation in their own way. Even the Charvaka, who are totally physical body oriented, gross thinking process, they also want liberation, but their concept of liberation and our concept of liberation may be different. Everyone wants to get rid of pain and sorrow. Each and everyone. Even the creature who doesn't have any brain, pain means samsara. And there is no limit. That is why bhavabdhi samsara. Samsara is like ocean. Pain is like ocean. And pain has its own way to enter into our life. वो अपना रास्ता बना लेता है. We never invite pain, you know. Pain come in its own way, in its own time. And nobody wants to get যে আমি চাইছি কতদিন পেটের যন্ত্রণা হয়নি, আজ একটু সন্ধ্যেবেলা যদি পেটের যন্ত্রণা হতো কি ভালোই না হতো. Nobody thinks in that way. Some childish thinking may be there that, you know, when a teacher used to come, used to think, ইস একটু যদি জ্বর হতো শুধু টিচার আসার সময়টা, তাহলে আজকে পড়ার ছুটি হয়ে যেত. It's not that the whole day I will suffer from a fever and will have that rubbish barley in the milk. Oh my God. In our childhood, I can remember, because nowadays no restriction. Doctors is everything you can eat. And who was having jaundice? Oh, what a terrible diet the mom used to give. Nowadays, doctors say you can eat everything else, moderate diet, these things, that things. But in our time, fever means no rice. You can eat only chapatis, and with that soup, there is nothing. Oh, horrible. So nobody wants that I will suffer from fever, but they used to ask that at least for 1 hour there is fever, then teacher will come. And oh, he will tell, oh, he is suffering from fever. No, 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 no. You just go and sleep. Otherwise, nobody wants suffering and pain, isn't it? Now, the thing is, apata vairag bhavabdhi param pratiyatam udyatan. Everyone, all the people and creature, now we will consider about sadhakas only, not we will consider other people. All of we are sadhakas and sadhika. That is why we are wasting our valuable sleeping time in Vedanta Charcha. People can't come now because, and can't attend in online also, because they are having several samsarika work. How do you know, Swamiji? संसार में सुबह कितना काम रहता है आपको पता है? No, I have just fallen from the tree, so I don't know. तो क्लास कैसे करूं? जो भी है, we are talking about the sadhakas and sadhikas. those who want really liberation and has taken refuge of Vedanta and Guru. Bhavabdhi param pratiyatu mudyatan apat vairagavataha mumukshon ashagraha. Graha means crocodile. Graha means here crocodile. Even in Panchadashi prayer, the invocation prayer also, you will get the same word, graha, means crocodile. But what kind of crocodile? Asha graha, the crocodile of desire. Clear? The crocodile means the desires, all my hidden desires and expressed desire. We express very less. যে নকুরের সন্দেশ খাবো, অমুক জায়গার এটা খাবো, সেটা খাবো, অমুক জায়গায় সুইজারল্যান্ড বেড়াতে যাব, আমার খুব ইচ্ছে. Those are all expressed desire. So many hidden desire we entertain, but we can't express because we always try to keep a bhava murti in front of all. One philosopher wrote, don't take it as misogynist. In my class, I don't entertain all such things. This is just humor, and make it opposite. That if all the women in the world started telling the truth of their only truth of their own desire or anything else, the whole world used to become the ball of fire. মহিলা পুরুষ যে কোনো কেউই যদি সব সত্যি কথা বলতে শুরু করত, মানে তাদের আশা, ভেতরের ডিজায়ার যা তারা এক্সপ্রেস করতে পারেনি, তুমি এই রকম, আর আমি সারাটা জীবন তোমাকে এই রকম ভেবে এসেছি, হে ভগবান কার সঙ্গে থাকছি? Because we spend our whole life to prove what we are not. Think of it. We spend our valuable life to prove what we are not. We are afraid that people will think wrongly about me. I am a Swami. How people will think? So I will not tell my desires. I will entertain the desire. Two Swamis going for begging alms. Suddenly, in a remote place, far from the village, they heard a screaming sound of a woman. They first decided that whether they will go there or not. But one Swami told that the screaming is help, 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 help. अगर मनुष्यत्व चला गया तो किसका स्वामी का लाइफ? We should go there. And they rushed, and they saw that really one woman just has fallen into a ditch. They were thinking what they will do. Suddenly one Swami took the decision. He just took that woman like this and took her out and told anything else, see, there is some food, you eat. And when? At night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, suddenly they were sleeping. Once Swami suddenly heard some sound. It's a sound of regression. So that sleeping Swami suddenly got up and told, now it's in the morning, 1 o'clock, 1:30. Why didn't you sleep? Now, I was just thinking that being a Swami, how you touched a woman, and not only touching, you just took her into the lap. And that sleeping Swami was so surprised that, oh my brother, I just carried that woman for a few seconds. And still now you are carrying her into your mind. So the whole subject is totally subjective. It's not what you think, what I think in my mind. That is meditation. Meditation, samadhi बहुत दूर की बात है. You observe, learn observing your mind, that what darts are there into it. पाइप से पानी कहाँ गिर रहा है ये बड़ा बात नहीं. पाइप के अंदर कोई कीचड़ है या नहीं ये सबसे बड़ा बात है. If the tank, water tank is full of coliform bacteria, we have to first, it's not that hospital is getting painted, white, blue, red, anything, any color, any party. Beautiful, and people are going and saying, oh, government hospitals, see what a beautiful. But in the tank inside, full of coliform bacteria, whoever drinks suffer from diarrhea and several diseases. Life may be shabby from the external look, but inside, at least for sadhakas, leave about the other common people who have taken the vows of sadhana. Please clean yourself from inside, and that you have to do. That is meditation. Sit and observe where your mind is going, what the mental darts are there, what the hidden desires are there, what is desire, what is hidden hatred for others, what grievance in us inside, that what we have not got throughout my life, for which I have forgotten the heaps of gold I have got. I am paying attention only what we have not got. This is meditation. Self-introspection is needed. Otherwise, what will happen? If we are having weak vairagya, weak dispassion for the vasanas, ঠিক আছে, ওটা তো ক্লাসের কথা, ক্লাসে রেখে আসতে হয়, it's not for the life. Because, Swamiji has to conduct the class, and what he will see, tell from the Vyaspit, do dispassion, do viveka, do dispassion, do viveka. This is for 1 hour class. This is the fuel for whole life of your vehicle, for a smooth drive. And not only this is fueling, this is car servicing also, changing brake oil and other things. If you don't stop your desires, it will lead you to death. Physical death is not a death. It's a just play of life, you know. Death means Gaya, means again come and go. And nobody knows that whether then in next life I will get human birth or not. Where I will born, nobody knows. There I will get scope to have such Guru Parampara or not, who will guide us. Don't do that or do that. So, Asha Graha Kanthe Nigrihya Vegat Antarale Majjayate. What crocodile does? Crocodile is the most powerful animal in the water. Even it can eat an elephant in the water. What the crocodile does, it just catch some weak points. Any animal, if you see, when the tigers or lions, they prey, they catch hold in the weakest position of the uh, preyed animal, from where they can't remove themselves. Crocodile also, weak point. And হিড় হিড় করে টানতে টানতে নিয়ে যায় জলের মধ্যখানে. It pulls into the deep of the water. What Gurudev is saying, those who have only an apparent dispassion and are trying to cross the ocean of change are caught by their throats by the shark of desire, which violently dragging them along drowns them in the middle of the ocean. Now, oh my vicharshil students, you think what you will do. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Harihi Om to everyone else.